Crypto kids, the price of Bitcoin is producing a trap which most are missing. I know that it looks like this trend line looks like the one I've been analyzing to assess when to put my $500,000 Bitcoin trade in, but it's not. Crypto Twitter is flooding with this image, and I need to uncover it for the crypto kids on today's update video. Then talk about the short term price analysis, what we're doing there. Is Sailor indeed selling more Bitcoin? The lack of developments in the Clarity Act and a conclusion of with the SpaceX shares unlocking today. It's monstrous. If you hold any SpaceX stock whatsoever, I would pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy the information in this video or find it informative, please do destroy the like button as it helps so much in the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for daily videos on my end. Let's commence with the trap that Bitcoin is right now forming in front of our eyes, which is the following trend line on the daily time frame. From October 2025 until now, August 2026, Bitcoin has been in a bear market. And when that bearish trend flips, I've said that I'll put in a $500,000 worth position to long Bitcoin. And it seems as though that we're about to break above. We are facing resistance. FYI, we'll talk more about that. But something feels off. The 200 moving average is diverged away. They should be on par. What's wrong here? See, everybody on crypto Twitter is analyzing the daily charts, not on the accurate scale. You need to be on the logarithmic scale when you do macro analysis, and this is considered for Bitcoin macro analysis. It's not been around the same amount of years as the S&P 500. You're only here for like 17, 18 years. So a period of 7-ish, 8-ish months, actually more, 10, 11 months, to me, we have to be on the logarithmic scale. So the falling wedge pattern that I've been analyzing has been on L and not auto, or not with L off. And then you can clearly see that the 200-week moving average does coincide with our trend line. And a break of that is when I look into increasing the positionings on that $500,000 trade. My first point of entry will come in Q4. I still expect Bitcoin to follow the 4-year cyclicality. There is no reason for me to not go ahead and trade with it, since we've not broken out of that correlation and we followed it super accurately for at least 3 cycles now. I'm okay to be pragmatic. I'm okay to shift up my strategy. That's what we have to be as traders. But why not follow something that has worked for so long until it gets broken? And it's certainly not broken as of now. On the auto scale, there is a little bit of significance for that trend line. Going above it can take us into the value area high. And at the value area high, you would have completed your inverse head and shoulder pattern, and you can even see a move towards the 200 daily moving average, just like what we experienced in 2018. It would generate the satisfaction for a proper summer rally. We've only gone up by 15% this summer, whereas in prior cycles, you've experienced 33% and 45% moves. So this summer has been very boring. Getting a break above that trend line on the auto scale will push you into the value area high, and the value area high breach can push you towards $70,000. I've got a small scalp position open on Lovex, which you can access when you sign up to the link in the description down below to Lovex. And this is only there, it's a very small position to take advantage of a potential short-term bullish move, which I aim to flipping it into a short-term scalp short to capture the Q4 bearishness. But then I'll really do the sizable position at the support line or wherever the price is towards the final week of September, first week of October, and add more to the trade when we break above our falling wedge resistance on the logarithmic scale and the 200-week resistance. Because whenever you breach the 200 weekly line, moving average, in every bear market, you conclude the bear and you've historically started the bull. So that's my positioning. That's my expectation. The falling wedge breakout is a good start on the very, very, very short term. But let's be careful. It's better to be cautious in our current situation than it is to be super euphoric or super pessimistic. I'm taking it day by day. And luckily, we post every single day, which gives us the opportunity to give you the most relevant updates there is on the internet. That is Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Sailor is Sailor selling more BTC. According to on chain analysis, he could very much be doing so. 2 days back, he posted a rationale tweet trying to justify his Bitcoin sales and a shift in the narrative of never sell your Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin than you sell. He stated that I've never sold my Bitcoin, not one Satoshi. Strategy is a public company, it's not my wallet, yada, yada, yada. This type of justification comes in usually when somebody, or in a similar context, when somebody's either sold a bunch of Bitcoin, they've sold $350-ish million so far, or they're about to sell a bunch of Bitcoin. Strategy already authorized up to a $5 billion Bitcoin sale. They're only at $350 million and the bear market has not ended. So we could very much see a more aggressive selling pressure from strategy sides. And this is the tweet to justify it. That's my personal opinion. It's only $66 million that we've experienced on chain. Monday will give us the clarity, the net expectation on what we've seen in the Bitcoin flows, if they bought more STRC with it, etc., etc. I just find it controversial that they're committing millions of dollars potentially to President Trump's Trump accounts instead of buying more Bitcoin because they haven't bought more Bitcoin in the past 1.5 months. I know it's a fantastic cause, but as a treasury company, would you rather be buying the bear market dip on Bitcoin or contributing to Trump accounts when you can do that at a later stage anyways? Yeah, I find it controversial. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. There's a lack of development in the Clarity Act. We made a full update with Carl on the Moonshow channel this morning. Shocking news for crypto holders. Check it out if you want the full details on Clarity. But we have 2 days left. If we don't get a vote and it passing Thursday or Friday, then we can kiss it goodbye because the Senate is off for recess for 5 weeks. When they come back, they'll be focusing on midterm elections. The Republicans are set to lose against the Democrats. The Democrats don't want clarity. Yeah, it's just it will be very, very upsetting. If you want the full details, we covered it on the Moonshow channel this morning. And finally, SpaceX is going to over double the shares within its circulation. When it first came out, I said, guys, I'm not going to be buying this stock until the end of 2027. I think SpaceX will do phenomenally well and become the highest worth company in the world over time. But we have 4.9% shares in circulation. In August, you're going to see that jump into 11.8%, and then a year from now you will have a like almost a full unlock, and that's like a 20x increase in shares in circulation from your starting point. That is significant selling pressure. So I don't want to buy any SpaceX whatsoever until we get that full unlock, and then I can consider buying the dip. But ladies and gents, that is a wrap for today's update. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.